live. Man, dude, where are you playing, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm saying different vibe. What's up with you, man? Yes, sir. Yeah,
you,
yes,
bro.
sir. Yeah.
Yes,
DCP corner pocket, man.
I feel like a little love in the air, man. What you playing,
Yeah,
bro?
man, I don't know, man.
Little Willie Nelson?
I'm missing D, and I'm just a little sad about D.
Oh yeah, he will be like right here, man. Like
D on that illness reserve list today, man. But you know, we do need to change the beat. My bad.
a little shout out to the sick and shutty.
The sick and shit. We want to change the beat. I gotta get this right. I gotta change this beat, man.
Yeah, man. I wasn't feeling it a little bit.
You see, man. You see it. You see it right here, man. You see with the supersonic, Christmas in July supersonic hat. You see what to do, man. But here we go, right here, man. Yeah, man.
That's all over better, bro.
Oh yeah, man. You know, we gotta get a crunk, man.
Is this one you sent me the other day?
I think so, man. I think so, man.
Hey, man, that first minute and 30 seconds is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I gotta let y'all hear that, man.
Oh yeah.
The first minute and 30 of this beat, I'm
DCP corner pop.
y'all about to see, man. We have more talents than just like talking to y'all. We do all type of stuff.
Yeah, I make these beats on that Launchpad app.
Shout out to Launchpad app. Yeah.
Users.
This beat is called, what's the name of the beat, bro?
I want so much more.
I want so much more. Man, we're gonna give y'all like the first minute and a half to check out this minute and a half, and then we're gonna try to tear into it and add a little bit of graciousness from the corner pocket. Told y'all, they weren't ready. Whoa! DCP in that building. Hey, the chorus. This man made this beat. Shout out to people that rap that need some beats. Get this man up.
Got you, man.
Whoa. Hey.
I got so much more. I want so much more. I got so much more. I want so much more.
Man, he coming through the crib. We chilling. We about to straight live. This episode is about to be real. I want you to know this beat I feel. DCP, DB really miss ya. Get better, we know you sick. But I'm about to bring it like real high. About to go to the mic and say bye bye. You know this is key, nice, truth. UC, DCP, it's us. Coming through the middle, we ain't playing no violins, we ain't playing no fiddles.
I want so much more, I got so much more, I want so much more. Hey, DCP, you know how we do it? Oh, video.
Yo!
Hey!
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 Hey! It's the boy D Nice. Man, dog, I'm one and all, so I can be nice and go over there and share with everybody like, hey, I love you too. What you wanna do, whatever you want, dog, I got you. Yes, rest in heaven to my neph. I'ma go hard every day to my death. Rest in peace, Lord, decrease all this negativity around. I don't need no more violence, man, cause you hear it. I want
so much. I want so much.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
This is a DCP.
DCP, where you at?
Bro,
DCP, y'all.
Crazy.
Hey. DCP, hey. You heard it here first, exclusive, man.
Exclusive.
Hey. Here.
Put your hands up.
Let it move you. Let it take you.
If you're in your car, crank this up. Put the top down.
If you got work, turn it up. Get in trouble for it.
On the golf course, turn up.
Turn up.
In your office, turn up. Bedroom, turn up.
In the corner pocket. Yes. Hey.
Man.
Hey, yes sir.
Nice. That was crazy, man.
Yes, sir.
But I want to take this time to welcome you guys to another episode.
DCP, the corner pocket.
The corner pocket, man. Wow, man? It's good to be back on a regular basis. We kind of did something a little bit different. Might be in the rotation, man. We gave y'all a little bit more fire, a little bit more flavor. Usually just give y'all a touch of the beat, but we had to kind of like grace that
we
thing.
had to, man.
Man, shout out, rest in peace to your nephew, man. You know, service was yesterday, man. So rest in peace to Rasta Pasta.
You know, it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people who spoke, especially his 5 best friends. We talking about these young men spoke from their heart. Like they say, they only had 2 minutes, but no, it was like 20 minutes apiece, and it was supposed to be 20 minutes apiece. Like it was just so like this one guy said, I kept him out of the streets with me because I knew he had somewhere to go, and told him don't worry about me. That right there spoke. You know what I mean? That spoke to me hard. And then one thing is like when I walked up to the casket, me and my wife. You know, I see my nephews and stuff. We was hugging and crying and stuff. I get to the casket and I broke down a little bit.
Yeah.
Every I get to my sister, she looked at me, took off my sunglasses because I was trying to hide my tears. She said, "No, don't do this." She said, "Don't do this." She said, "This is Josh's day. Be strong for Josh." And like when she said that in my ears, like I swear, the tears dried up. Like anything I felt bad, it went away. And she like. I'm good. Like, you know, for that, to let me know that she was good at that moment and to be strong for my nephew, I had to. You know what I mean? And
man, I feel where this is about to go, man. So, like, we're going to give this moment in time, man, because it's all connected what we're going to talk about today. So, you know, a little bit more about your nephew, man. It was like, heard that, like, he was impacting the community, man. Like, doing a lot of positive things and had, like, a little business going on.
Ever since, you know, Josh was little, man. Like he always was dancing, like running around singing and stuff and rapping.
Yeah.
So he, you know, played football, everything. And he went to Eastmore. He was the man in football. I never seen his game personally, but I seen his highlights.
Yeah.
With Eastmore, then with the Mary Franklin was balling out, and then he's doing his thing rapping. Only One Drug was on Apple Music. You know what I mean? There was some stuff going on there, and they had to roster pasta. And, you know, he was supposed to be getting a food truck. Like, everybody was inspiring him to sell it, and he was, like, doing numbers. Like, I was seeing on Instagram stories, like, hey, it's 4:30 in the morning, selling roster pasta. 12:30 afternoon, he going downtown to businesses selling roster pasta. Like, you know, like, my sister and my nephew knew a lot of people to the point where, like, as we were walking out the door of the service, me and my wife seen the mayor, Mike Ginther, was there.
Andrew Ginther was there?
Yeah, Andrew, I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah,
Mike
Andrew Ginther was there. He was there. So, you know what I mean? It's just like little things, man. Like, people be impacting so much. And it's like the thing that the pastor said, it was like, this makes no sense, like what happened. It makes no sense of it. But he spoke a good word and everything, and it was comforting to see my family and stuff and all that. And we were there, and it was a beautiful home going, man. My nephew looked very sharp. He did, man, and that was good, man. You know, so.
Man, just hearing you talk about him, the different things he was talented and gifted. You know, they always say like when you pass, like depending on the crowd that shows up for your funeral, shows the impact that you had, or the closeness of relationships you had with people. Yeah. You know, you show up to the people's funeral, you see like 5 or 6 people, you're like, hey, that's it. Like, that's all he knew, man. Like, that's all. Did he do this and this? And nah, man, he really was just to himself. But your nephew, like, seemed like he lived life to the fullest, man. Even at a young age, in his 20s. It was like he was out there on his grind and, you know, trying to be on the straight and narrow. And, you know, to lose your life at a young age, like, we really do got to stop the violence, man. Like, there's too many gifts and talents that have not, you know, came to life because they're laying in the graveyard, man. And, like, we have to do better. Like, you remember back in the day, man, when you had issues with people, you kind of knuckled it up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then, like, you was cool the next day. Like, you was back balling there.
Yeah, it was like I said, we had part 2, we had the Queens on here. I was like, what happened to when we used to, who watched Friday, man? Then remember on Friday they said, they're about to, not about to gun. Come on, man.
Like, get some gloves, man, and, like, just duke it out. Go to a gym, man, and, like, settle your business with your hands, man. I'm not, like, condoning violence, but that's way better than like taking somebody's life just instantly like that with a gun. Like talk it out, man. Like box it out. You know, shout out to my man Chris Payne. You know, if you're watching, man, one of the best boxers I know, man, he's always talking about like boxing and handleweight with boxing, and we're gonna have him on the show. Okay. You know, telling you ahead of time, CP, you coming on the show, man. I need to know about that boxing stuff.
Speaking of some more positivity, man, I wanted to give a shout out to One Way Barbershop and One Way Barbershop East. We're gonna be coming to do an interview with y'all here soon. I'm asking the public, please, can we possibly do it on August the 13th when you guys have your 4th annual back to school bash? Can we do that, please? Yeah, please. That'd be sweet, man. You know what I mean? Come check y'all out, man. You know, obviously on every like year that they do it on Facebook, I see videos and different things, man. It looks like awesome, man. Like, you know, for your kids, man. Like,
shout out to One Way Barbershop, man.
We'll be there soon to see y'all.
What's the one guy name that is really cool there?
Ricardo.
Shout out to Ricardo.
And
Diamond. At One Way Barbershop. August 13th, man. Back to school bash.
Yeah, we want to have a picture at the end, man, and stuff for y'all, man.
So we talk about impact things. You see everything. This episode is gonna be about impacting, like how your life impacts, how the type of attitude it can impact people. We're talking about his nephew, the life he lived, and you can tell the impact that he had based on the people that was at the funeral, or not funeral, the celebration of life. They were there to celebrate his life. You know, and then we're talking about One Way. They're impacting the community for back to school bash. And you know, as I was sitting here this morning, man, like normally I have like topics prepared like ahead of time, and I do get a catalog. But, like, it was just something about like you were talking about your nephew last week, and he kind of inspired this episode, bro. And you talking about how he was dancing and his grind, and it made me think about like his an attitude. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like our attitudes, you know, it's the cliche, your attitude can determine your altitude. And so like it makes you realize like even like if you're having a good day or a bad day, like the attitude that you have, like it can really affect people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like the energy. So say like you have a bad day at work and you go home and Mo's there and you didn't detox from work and you brought it home.
Right.
And you on 1, or they say on 10. And she may be on 2. She chilling. She got her favorite drink. And you come home on 1 and she like, you know, just chilling. You like, man, why dinner ain't done? Hey, man, dishes ain't done. And she like, man, hold on, bro. She gonna say something else, but I'm just G-rating it. Like, and it's like you coming home with that type of energy, and she's sitting there, and it's like peaceful, it's cool and chill. The temperature's on 2, and you come in on 10. You didn't wreck the whole crib, man. She like, you know, I'll wait for you to come home. Matter of fact, since you just went off, I'm about to go unplug that tub. I had bath water ran for you, candles lit, because I knew you had a bad day, but you came home and took it out on me.
Right.
And sometimes we don't understand, like, the energy that we give off is contagious.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think about, like, the friends I have in my life now. And I ain't throwing no slight at friends I had back in the day. But there's only a few of them still that remain from the crowd that I had. And that's because, like, I'm on a different, like, energy right now. Like, I need positive men, like, positive people in my life, even positive family members in my life. Because, like, you know, my mom used to say, birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
You know, and it was this slogan on the radio, losers hang with losers. If you want to be a loser, you're hanging out with losers. Right. And so I chose to, like, switch it up to where, like, I kind of saw myself where I'm trying to go, you know? And I'm like, dang, I can't take this old crew with me where I'm trying to go. Right. I can't allow them having, quote unquote, I ain't shouting y'all out, side chicks. That just ain't my energy.
Hey, now, real quick, talking about the side clause. Kimmy keeps saying something, man. And Kimmy keeps telling us, Kim was in this! Hey, Kimmy was like, hey, you gotta tell him, Kim was in this! Hey, Kimmy, come here, man. You know what I'm doing? Come here, come on, Kimmy, come on. Come here for a D. Come on for a D. Look, Kim was in this. How you see how he do it? Hey man, had to man.
Keep us in business is like that's our side piece.
Yeah. Keep us in business. And then the side piece won't even talk about. Oh, we see y'all, man. But come on, Kibbles and biz, man. Kibbles and biz.
Hit us up, Kibbles, man. We trying to email y'all, man.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Anybody got any connects to Kibbles and biz,
Please, man.
Put in the comments. But yeah, D, back to that, like, you know, if you out there like with the side chicks, got your concubines, and you married too, like that's a bad influence on me, man. Like I'm trying to like look to you for an example on how to like maneuver stuff. You know what I mean?
Like, you know, I don't see how, like, you know, because everywhere I go, like everywhere, I'm very observant of my surroundings and things and stuff. And I was at a grocery store, and the guy was on his phone. You know, I'm minding my business, but he all like, yeah, no, you know what I'm saying, man, man, she was cold, bro, you know, and so then, dude, I gotta see much they said, like, no, ain't you married, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm married, man, but I'm gonna do this one time, you know what I'm saying, I'm just do it one time, man, then that's it, you know, and, you know what I mean, I'm thinking, like, for real, brother, so, you know, and so I'm just like, wow. So anyway, I have my corner pocket hat on and stuff.
Yeah.
And he got off the phone and stuff, and I had, you know, got some cereal or something. And he was like, oh, what's up, my guy, man, you play pool? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's the name of the team, the corner pocket? I was like, that's the name of my team, but no, I don't. I do a podcast on, it's called Corner Pocket on YouTube. It's in the third. So he's like, oh, all right. I'm like, yeah, watch this, man. He's like, yeah, man, something. I'm like, yeah, I overheard you say something about, you know, you got a girlfriend or something. He's like, oh, I got this hot chick, man. Like, I'm about to go knock her brains out. You know, I'm like, okay, my guy, like, relax. You know, you know, and I'm like, I'm seeing this wedding ring on. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, so like, okay. He's like, no, I really like, no, wait a minute, G. Like, me and my wife been married for 20 years, man, and it's just, I mean, it's boring. Like, dang, so.
Whoa.
You know, I'm like, well, I was like, hey, watch Corner Pocket, man. You know, I gotta go. Peace out, man. You know, like, what? Like, how come you can't just spice it up? Like, I think it's something like cheats or something. It's lack of communication. Like, see, guys, communication.
Which goes with the attitude, man. I love where you go with that, man. Like, communicating, man. Like, you know. We've done a couple of relationship topic shows, but I think we really gonna have to just really break down every area for y'all in a relationship more and have the ladies come back on with us to help us like gain clarity from both sides, man. I ain't using no big words. I don't want to hear him today.
Thank you.
The gain clarity. That means understanding.
The gain clarityism.
You know what I mean? Because you're right, bro. Like, you know, like what goes into like your character, man. Like the attitude, your character. Your character is a reflection of your attitude, man. That can impact people. Like, you know, if you're claiming, okay, I go with God, or you claiming I go with married and being faithful, or you're claiming like I don't lie, I don't drink or smoke. But then like people see you do the opposite. You know what I mean? It's like they always say like people hear what you say, but they watch what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like if Dave's come to me like portraying marriage and he's saying I'm a faithful dude, and I'm like, bro, I just saw you with Sandra, man, or I just saw you with Taylor, man, or I just saw you with Stephanie, man. Like, that don't look like Mo. You know what I mean? Like, what you doing, bro? Like, you supposed to be an example for me, man. Like, giving me hope to like see like what things could be. You know what I mean? Or if I'm hanging around like single guys that are out there doing that, and I'm in a committed relationship, like that can rub off on me, man. Right. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not that type of guy, if I'm sooner or later, if I keep hanging around the fire, I'm gonna get burned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm asking for it to come around me. I'm bringing that energy around me, and I'm like, dang, I ain't know that, man. Like, I don't know how y'all can do that.
Well, let me ask you this, man. And why do people go around faking a fake attitude? No, let me explain what.
Faking it to make it?
No, faking a fake attitude.
Oh.
So you're saying you're faking something that you absolutely are not.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Being something you're not?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that's deep. A lot of people do that. You know, that's why I'm being observant about things. And I see people just like, you're not that person. Like, stop doing that. You look like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I look at you, like you're in the wrong or something because you're actually being who you are.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
That's on fire. That's something I should have heard.
Hey, put in the comments.
Yeah.
The question he asked: why do people be faking, trying to be something that they're not, man? Like, it's the old saying: there's so many copycats in the world, but there's only one you.
There's only one you.
Like, there's only one you to impact this life, man. Like, I believe like God has given us so many like gifts and talents, bro. Like, you got. Everybody got at least one gift. Some people have many gifts, but everybody, I believe, is blessed with at least one gift, bro. And like, I think it's your duty to take that gift, whether it's making rasta pasta, whether it's golfing, sports commentating, whether you selling water on the corner, whether you a store clerk, whether you're a mail carrier, you work for Google, you do this or that, whatever. It's all like be the best at it because it impacts like people around you. It impacts people.
And not only that, man. Like also, man, your attitude in general, period, in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like an allergic reaction, but it's contagious. This is actually cool to be contagious to give off too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my wife told me the other day, she was like, babe, I'm just proud of you. What you mean, babe? And she like, because man, like I can really see the dedication in you trying to better yourself, and as far as controlling your anger, being more positive. Like reaching out to people. And she's like, I really see it in you, man. She's like, definitely not going unnoticed. You know what I mean? And like,
wow,
that means a lot to me, man, because I don't really look for like clarification from nobody from it. You know what I mean? I don't really look out there to try to be conceited or boost myself up, man. Like, no, I'm only doing this because I enjoy this. Like, and and it's like I'm 40 now. You know what I mean? I'm not in my 20s no more. I'm 40 now. I got my OG card now, man. So like, I gotta chill, man. But I like this version, and it feels good that when people can come up to like me, come up to you, come up to D, and be like, "Hey, man, thank y'all, man, for y'all's knowledge y'all been blessing us with." This and a third, man. So I just like the people say thank you. If you don't say I didn't see it, then I like the people say thank you for something that they should have known or just wanted to hear for people to find out about.
It's cool to be appreciated, man. It's not like feeling appreciated and that, people value you. You know what I mean? And you said something that was pretty dope. I'm going to go back to that. The fact, like, our anger can impact people, man. Like, you said something about that. And that's maturity for you to say, like, yeah, man, I had that issue, man. I'm learning to better control it. Because sometimes, like, we overreact or we get angry about stuff that really does not demand anger. Right. You know what I mean? It's a simple thing, like you said, communicating. Like, I didn't know you meant that. Well, I didn't know you were saying this that way. Like, and then you flip off, like, oh, man, like, you're in relationships, man. Like, it's like you get with somebody and then you get married and then you act surprised of, like, habits or things they're not doing. But they were doing that before before you got married. Right. And it's like you didn't have that conversation about expectations. Right. And it's like, what are you expecting out of me? What's our plan? What's our goal? Which we try not to go into relationship topics, but like, a lot of times I think relationships fail because the expectations are not set out. Right. What are we expecting? Are we going to do church? Are we going to do like giving? Are we going to like wait to have sex to be married? Are we going to like have sex 5-6 times a week? Like, what is our goal? Are we going to buy a house? Are we getting out of debt? Are we going to improve our credit? And sometimes, like, the expectations are not set. And so when they're not met, it's like I'm trying to meet an expectation that I don't even know it's an expectation. Right. Like, because you never told me, like, you need to get your nails done. You never told me, like, you have to go golfing or to the barbershop. Like, we need to talk about that stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, anger, man, can affect, like, your attitude, man. Words, bro. The words that come out of our mouth can impact people. A kind word, man. I think
you hear Kibby going off. See the communication.
Communication. She communicates somebody out there. The Bible says something like, a harsh word can stir up anger, but a gentle word can like take away strife. Which means like, the stuff we're saying out of our mouths, like the way you talk to your spouse. The way you talk to your mom, the way you talk to your mom,
Parents.
Your parents, that's your parent, that's not your friend. That's a disconnect right there. Bro, this ain't even in what I was gonna talk about. Man, you remember back in the day, like, you wouldn't dare talk to your mom a certain type of way. Or back in the day, people in the community had the right to knock you out too.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost like you were under community watch before there was a community watch.
Yeah.
And like, so you got in trouble by Miss Ethel, and then you got in trouble by your mom when she got home because Miss Ethel snitched on you. You know what I mean? So many times, man, I'm seeing in this time in our life, parents are trying to be their kids' friend. Trying to like confide in them like their Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
That's your kid. That is not your counselor. That's not your therapist. That is your kid. Your kid needs you to be a parent, man.
And that's the issue with some of these kids now, man. Like, and parents now. Like, I'll be seeing on Facebook, and I'll be like, okay, like, I'll be seeing some moms like, yo, this my homie, one day when I birthed him, huh? Like what? Like, wait a minute.
You're a homie.
Yeah, man. Or you see mom or Bob, you see Pop, we out here doing rolling dice, like, no, man, that looks trifling, man. Like, okay, so then when, you know, your friend's son, your friend daughter gets, you know, an accident and needs you to be mom, you still on friend mode, dad. Yeah. Chill out with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really
man,
weird.
I know some people, man, they smoke weed with their mom and dad, bro. I'm like, man, my mom would kill me, man. Like, let alone trying to smoke with her and drink with her. It's just funny to me, man. It's like you said something like, when I need you to be my mom, it's almost like now we then became friends, or what you want to call it, and like, I need my mom.
Yeah.
I don't need a homie. I need my mom. I need my dad. And like, I see a lot of parents out here like I wouldn't dare call my mom still to this day by her first name. Like, I just never did that. Like, if I said Sherry, she'd be like, man, who you talking to? Like, no, 42.
I do about playing around, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm goofy though, so.
Yeah. It just sounds odd saying my mom first name without saying mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like the disrespect you see, and that's why you have a lot of the, you know, this generation acting out, because like there's not a parent present, or they're present but they're not really present. You know what I mean? They're there in that crib, but they're really not there. You know what I mean? They're letting PlayStation and TikTok and all that raise their kids, and Instagram and all that.
Ooh, you gotta get me over here stuttering, man. Say that one more time,
man.
They didn't hear you. They didn't hear you, man.
The parent is in the crib, but they're not in the crib.
Who's raising them? You said who's raising them?
TikTok,
Ooh,
Instagram, Twitter.
Hey, it's so funny. It's a commercial that said TikTok taught me. You ever seen that one?
No. Like, it said TikTok taught me?
Yeah, like they be having like cooking and stuff, doing the dance and stuff, and at the end it says TikTok taught me. So that right there spoke some volumes right there.
Whoa. I never saw that video.
I'm gonna try to find this in it to you, man. It's crazy, man.
TikTok taught me.
Yeah,
like,
man. So that was deep right there. What you said.
Parents, we talking about impact. Like, how are you impacting your kids, man? Like, are you setting them up for the future?
But hold on, but let's get that clear though before y'all take it completely wrong. I can hear y'all talking now. You ain't telling me I already got my kids. Shut up. Just stop it right now. Stop. Stop. Relax. Nah, what we saying is this, man. I'm not saying you can't have your kids be on social media. You can't be on no TikTok or, but I'm saying, but just monitor what they're watching and posting, because, you know, like me and my wife, we watch like crime documentary all the time. This and third, man. Yeah, man. And today, before I left, we watching Dr. Phil. Like, and this little kid was so bad, man. Like, he was bad. And he was my, I'll kill you. I'll put your life support unplugged. Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And like, now we both said like, yeah, it couldn't have been us. We would have popped his little mouth. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you gotta monitor what the kids watch on social media and stuff, man. Like, you gotta be able to. I know you can't block it at all times, but when you're around them, you gotta enforce that, because they will take it a different level, man. Like,
man,
totally different, man.
Like, our parents, are we? See, I said, are we?
Are we?
Put us in it too.
Are we?
Are we?
So relax.
Setting an example that our kids can admire and copy, or is Lil Wayne their idol, or is P Diddy their idol, or TikTok is that their idol, or can they look to home and say, "Dang, I can look at dad as an example to be a man, or I can look at mom as an example to be a mom or a woman." Or are they looking at, you know, Halle Berry? They looking at J-Lo. Kim Kardashian is their idol. So that makes you really take a look at yourself, man. Like, what am I doing? Not only impacting lives, but what am I doing to impact my family, my kids? You know, can they, when they, if they have a school report, write about your dad? Like, what would that report say?
Now, you want to know, mine would say, my son MJ would say, yeah, my dad's a failure. He called me a failure one day, man. I was like, for real, though?
He's my guy, man.
I was like, knock your little behind. Oh, yeah, okay.
He is my guy, man. I love MJ, man. We got to put a picture of him grilling, man. He was grilling one day, man. He was doing his thing, man. The real question though is like, are you using your life to impact people or attack people? You know what I mean? Are you attacking people to make yourself feel good? I'm really like big on people belittling people to make themselves look big, bro.
Ooh,
I don't understand. Like, people are belittling and judging people to make themselves seem big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we had mentioned on one of the parts, and we kind of like just said it. Your wife had dropped a dime. She said people are throwing stones and hiding their hands.
Yeah.
That stuck with me since like last week, bro. And I really like was still digesting and chewing on it to this point now. Like, people are throwing stones and hiding their hands, and it made me think, church. We're not attacking the church. I'm just talking about life in general. We are the church. It's not the building. It's the people are the church.
Right.
And generally speaking, why do we sometimes are critical or judgmental or condescending on people of things we're guilty of? Like, come on, Stan. Come on, Steve. Come on, Michael and Brian.
Right.
Back in your heyday, you were guilty of the same thing you're condescending somebody about or judging them about. And just because you have a title now, you still got to pass. Like, you still did that before. So if you've done that and you overcame that, why are you not helping the next person you see in that same situation?
And that's because that person got to be that person only on Sundays. Okay.
All right, so we're going to the pews. We're going to the pews.
We're going to get that alone, ain't we?
We're going to the pews. I believe, bro, the church can be at its most effective because the church is full of a lot of exes. Your ex-alcoholic, ex-drug, ex-pimp, ex-crook, ex-liar, ex-cheater. Whatever you want to call it is up in there, right? They undercover. They're not going to share that out front. Yeah, he did this for me. But the cool thing is, like, there's so many people that are afraid to come in there because they think that there's nobody else that did that. So, like, let's just say, like, someone cheated on their wife.
Right.
And they're like, dang, does God still love me? Because, like, I'm hearing from church people, dang, you did adultery, man. Like, you're going to hell. Or you did this and you're going to hell. There's no recovery for you. But the truth of the matter is, there is hope for you, and God does forgive that. And there's other adulterers that's in the church.
Right.
There's other scammers and liars and drunkards in the church that have been converted. So, like, I really believe, bro, if we share our testimony with people, we share the realness with people. Hey, man, I've been through that.
Now what about this? So we already got the people who do all the above, but they don't believe in God. So where do you refer them? Or what kind of advice would you tell them?
I would go, I'm going to take church out of it. Still being real about what you've been through. Like, if you've been through a divorce, if you've been through losing a spouse, if you've been through without having a dad present or a mom, and you've been through that and you see somebody else like that, like, bro, you can relate to them. You can give them hope. They don't have to come to a worship building to find hope. They can find it in your life, which we're talking about impacting. It's almost like, you know, if you told me, hey, man, I grew up without my dad. I'm like, oh, okay. And I see you being a great dad. I'm like, I grew up without dad. Like, this is a truthful thing. I grew up without my dad. But, like, knowing that you went through that and seeing you overcame that and you're giving me tools how to overcome that, that's going to help me, bro. And we never stepped foot in the church and never said a scripture to me. You just told me your life story.
Right.
You know what I mean? You was able to relate to me. I think a lot of times, like, even in the church, outside the church, we are afraid to share our scars. We're afraid to show our scabs, our stitched up wounds. Like we went through the surgeries of life, of the lessons of hard knock life. And I've gotten to a point now, man, if I see a person in something similar that I've been through or I'm going through, like, hey man, let me holler at you, bro. Like, can we holler? Man, I understand your pain, bro.
Right.
I can relate to that. Let me give you some tools what I use. You may not do it exactly my way. Let me give you something to help you along the way, man. You know what I mean?
That's true, but you gotta go in it with compassion. So you can't just go into it, okay, say, hey, I'm gonna do this and that, but then turn around, hey, this fool over here is stupid. You can't do that, man. Because then it won't be genuine. You know what I mean? And I think you got to like really, in that case, like for me, like I really gotta look at you and feel you out first before I can come to you and give you some advice, or before I can be that listening ear for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta make sure, like, okay, is this person really is he really, or is she really going through it, this and that. And then from there, then, hey, what's up, man? You okay? I see you did this and that, but I can't go around and try to give you some advice. And this dude tried to tell me what to do. Well, I'm going to like he knows something. Well, okay, but no, I can't. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful if you want to tell some people what you're going through. You gotta be careful who you share your information with, because people will deliver it like ASAP, fact, like fast. Like as soon as I say, hey, you know what, man? Bam, that fast. Somebody and heard something and. You know what I mean? The story didn't change so many times. So yeah,
you're right, man. You got to test the environment out and build that rapport with people. But I just think that in this life, man, we've been like blessed and given so many gifts and so many opportunities to impact people. Even your encounter with the guy with the knowing he's been married that long with the trying to promote the side chick, you kind of like, nah, man, I ain't rolling like that, bro. Like you're kind of setting that standard to let him know, like. Man, you gotta get permission from me, man. I ain't rolling like that, bro.
I was like,
cool.
brother, this spot's the corner pocket, man.
Yeah, refer you to the corner pocket.
Watch that, man. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah, man. Like, I want to touch on that too before we get out of here, man. Because the next topic we talking about kind of connects artists and making it into a whole. It kind of makes you look at the man in the mirror, which is us. But man, you've been married 20-some years, relationship 20-some years. Let's even go more than 1 to 2 to 5 years. You know what I mean? You have to. I was talking to a couple, and they're probably gonna be watching the show. Trust me, they ain't gonna know who y'all are. I ain't saying y'all names, but they're about to embark on the journey of marriage. And they were asking me some questions. And one thing I told them was, never forget the stuff you did before you got married. Like whatever you did to get them, whatever you did to hunt them down. Whatever you did to impress them, whatever you did to woo them, that doesn't stop at the altar. Like once you get the ring on the finger, continue to do that stuff. Continue to date, continue to laugh, continue to joke, continue to play games, continue to still have that kid inside of you to make it vibrant, continue to spice it up in the bedroom. Like it ain't just lay on your back, turn over on your side, turn over on your stomach. Like spice that thing up, man. You did all that to get them.
And like, if you want the one that like constantly give compliments, man, continue to do that. Continue to hold hands and stuff, man. Because you gotta continue that because not only will it affect your relationship, and then people outside will see y'all's glow, and then they'll be like, I want some of that energy, man, and your energy will feed off to this couple. Then it's gonna keep like a pyramid, you know what I mean? But a pyramid of good positive energy.
Yeah, and then your kids are watching that too, which influences their relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just really believe, like, you gotta, I refer them to Gary Chapman, the 5 love languages. If you know your partner's love language, that pretty much is, like, connected to their need. It makes it easier to understand them. If, like, Dave is physical touch and quality time, and his wife knows that, she's gonna be touching him, rubbing his bald head, kissing him, massaging him.
Bald head!
Yeah. And then she's gonna be spending a lot of time with him. You know what I mean? Because that's his gift. And then if hers is word of affirmation and like acts of service, he's gonna be doing things that portray to her needs. You know what I mean? But man, we're gonna continue this, man, on the next topic, man. Y'all don't want to miss it, man. We were talking about today. Man, really think about it. Is your life impacting somebody or is it attacking somebody? You know what I mean? We have too much negativity in the world going on right now, man. The world needs positivity, man.
Yes, we do.
You know what I mean? And like once again, shout out to your nephew, man. Rest in paradise. Rest in peace.
That's funny you said that, cause this the track right here I made. It's Rest in Heaven, Josh. Love you, nephew.
Bro, I didn't even know that,
crazy,
bro.
man.
I didn't even know that, man.
It's crazy, man. Wow.
I told y'all the corner pocket is real.
Man,
I didn't even know that was the name of
I
that beat,
look
bro.
at it, man, for real. That's crazy, man. Look at that, man.
It does say rest in heaven, John.
Wow.
I'm telling y'all, the corner pocket is real, bro. Man, but for real, man, like, ask yourself, man, what can you do to do better? Like, what can I do to get into the game? I ain't getting ahead of myself. That's gonna be on the next show topic. Like, get into the game, man.
Hey, man, but tell them where they can find us at.
Bro, find us on Instagram, _corner_pocket. Please hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when things are pinging.
We on YouTube.
YouTube. And what's them 2 events again, bro? The Barbershop Bash is one way.
August the 13th.
August 13th.
Got the One Way Barbershop. It's going to be at 1203 South James Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43227. We'll have the picture on the back of the hand and stuff, man. So, and also Maurice Hall with his movie The Sea. We definitely gonna be having his links on there as far as for his movie. Check my man out, man. Y'all Buckeye fans, y'all come together for him, man.
OHIO, man, support Mo Hall. He was on this show, man. Man, we really appreciate you, man. You're more than welcome to come on anytime you want. And connect us to some other Buckeyes, man. We want them on here.
Okay, yeah. All right, wrap it up, everybody, man. Good seeing y'all, man. Hey, DCP, the corner pocket. Don't mean to